Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam McCullough. We are live and we are discussing the latest report involving Ligt. Yes, he's been linked to Manchester United. He's been linked to Barcelona. He's been linked to both teams for a while. And now reports in Spain are saying he's very close to a move to Manchester United. I must say they are only reports, but they are quite strong reports coming out of Spain. And we're going to go through them, what it means for this potential transfer, and whether it means United are actually very close to signing one of the most sought after players of this summer transfer window. It's a signing which would delight most Manchester United fans. It's a signing which would really boost our central defence. But is it really about to happen? Is it? Is it really? Guys, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below on this special Transfer Daily live stream. I came back from a meal out and I was looking and I'm seeing Sport Witness posted something. We've seen Spanish reports. We're seeing this. We're seeing that. So I thought, let me jump online. There's a lot of excitement going on at the minute. Let me read into this. Let me see what you guys are saying. And let's have a little bit of chat about these latest rumours about Matthijs de Ligt potentially joining Manchester United. Now, before we go into anything, I'm going to say, personally, I doubt it. Personally, my gut feeling is we're going to see him in the Barcelona colours next season. That's my personal gut feeling. But if you remember, when we were doing these kind of reports on Paul Pogba to Manchester United, around that time when we signed him, I said exactly the same thing about Paul Pogba. And then we went on and signed him. But my record in terms of not being sure about signings and all that is pretty good, even if I do say so myself. And all I do is use my gut. But let's go into these reports anyway, and thank you to Sport Witness for compiling everything as well. This morning it was pretty quiet, but Catalonia's RAC1 are reporting de Ligt is now very close to a move to Manchester United because we've made him an offer which is too good to be true. Now there's also a well-known Catalan journalist called Gerard Romero who's also tweeted in Spanish, which has been translated to de Ligt very close to United. Not definitive, but a very good proposal for the player. So both are pretty much saying the player has refused. The player has received, an offer from Manchester United, which is all too good to turn down. Now we have heard previously that Barcelona's offer was on the table. United had made an offer which had trumped that offer, but the decision was with de Ligt. Barcelona believed that he would trust in their footballing project and that he would join them. Matthijs de Ligt and his camp, Mino Raiola and co, thought because of his performances in the latter stages of the season, because of his performances in the Champions League, he deserved more of an offer from Barcelona. That offer wasn't forthcoming. That's why Manchester United have come into the mix. Now, whether Manchester United have been brought into the mix simply as a tool to increase offers, as we've seen in the past, we've been used as a tool for other players to get better contract offers from different clubs, and it could be potentially the case that this is happening now. This could be a tool that, with this news coming out from Spain, to try and get that offer. Maybe Mino Raiola's planted this news with this journalist, with this radio station, in terms of, you know, to get a different offer, to get that better offer from Barcelona, because it would seem, look, from a purely footballing perspective, maybe the project at Barcelona right now is more attractive to a player, especially with his mate Frankie de Jong going there as well. And maybe they're relying on that. So hopefully we're not being used. If we're not being used, then you could say that this news has come out from Spain because Barcelona have informed these guys, or, you know, they've got someone inside at Barcelona which has told them this news, and it looks like de Ligt is about to join Manchester United. As we know, these things can change very, very quickly, and as we know, it could all be a load of rubbish as well. So take these things with a pinch of salt, but the reports coming out of Spain, the reports coming out of Barcelona are pretty positive in terms of a Manchester United fan's perspective. But as I say, take it with a pinch of salt. Guys, we've got close to 1,000 people watching at this moment in time. Get hitting that like button on this stream. Get subscribing to Full Time Devils as well. We're close to 521,000 subscribers, so get subscribing right now. Someone's commented delusional. How am I delusional? I'm not expecting him to sign for Manchester United. We're just discussing the rumours that are out here at the moment, which is pretty obvious, right? I don't know how many times I have to say that. Robert says De Ligt loves Cruyff and he's going to Barcelona. We have Van der Sar on our side, says Randy Diaz. Van der Sar is the chief, the CEO. If you want to look at, we've got this guy and they've got that guy. Obviously, Barcelona have got the Cruyff links, but they've also got Mark Overmars in there as well. Eamon says, what did I miss? So for you guys that are joining us late, the reports are coming out of Spain, coming out of Catalonian press and Catalonian radio, and from Catalonian journalists, that Manchester United are very close to signing and agreeing a deal with Matthijs de Ligt, as we've made him an offer that's too good to turn down. But as I've said, this news could be reported for a number of reasons. One, Mino Raiola could have reported this or got this information out there so he can get a better deal for his player. That is possibly the one that I think is going on at the moment, and I think we'll see Barcelona stump up the money for him. Secondly, this information could possibly have come from Barcelona. They could have leaked this information in order to put it out there that they're not signing Matthijs de Ligt. And he is, in fact, on his way to Manchester United, which is the one that we want to happen, obviously. But for me, I think that's the least likely one. And thirdly, this is a possibility. In fact, this is probably the most likely one. It's a load of rubbish because, as we know, people like to talk at this time of year about players, and Matthijs de Ligt is becoming one of the stories of the summer so far. How much is the offer, says Rookie? It's been believed that Ajax will accept 75 million euros for the player, but then there's been other talk of 100 million pounds being the number that you have to bring in. So, you know, there's a lot of rumours about that, but I think in terms of doing a deal with Ajax, I think that would be pretty easy. I think it's just agreeing with the player for how much, you know, wages and stuff like that. Now, it would be interesting because De Ligt is pretty young now. If you're going to be giving him incredible wages, now you're looking at him, he's 19 years of age. He turns 20 years old in August. Now, if we've really trumped their offer and we're giving him £200,000-300,000 a week, then what would his next contract be when he's 24, 20? So it is an incredible, you know, depending on what the figures are, if we were to sign him, which is obviously the ideal scenario, then the money must be absolutely massive. And you wonder what that could do again for our wage structure at Manchester United. We're already seeing the impact that Alexis Sanchez had on the team. But then, having said that, De Ligt could be a player that we could build our team around, and he could be there for the foreseeable future. Is captain material potentially as well, and you know, if a player like that does come to fruition and fulfills his potential, then he'd be worth all that money anyway. So, you know, it may be a risk that's worth taking. Out of all of the signings, out of all the defenders, you're looking at De Ligt, Alderweireld, Koulibaly, who's the other one that's been linked with Manchester United, Harry Maguire. So those are the four centre-halves that have been linked with Manchester United. Out of all of them, De Ligt would be the preferable one. He'd be the dream signing, but he's the signing that I don't think is going to happen. And then under there, you got Maguire, Alderweireld and Koulibaly. I'd probably say Alderweireld, top choice out of them. Koulibaly as well. The thing with Koulibaly is, if you're spending over 100 million for a guy that's like 28, 29, does it make sense? I'm not too sure about that. So maybe I can't see that one happening. So then you're looking, if we don't get De Ligt, it's out of potentially Alderweireld and Maguire, if you believe the rumours. But, you know, United signing sometimes tend to be players that have been off the radar and haven't been linked with the club in the press. So you never know what would happen there. So this is the news at the moment coming from Spain, that De Ligt is very close to Manchester United. Now, obviously, as Manchester United fans, we're all dreaming that that story is true. But the possibility of it being a big fat lie is there, and it does hang over our heads. And it is a fact that these are just reports. There's nothing official coming through at this moment in time. So bear that in mind as well. Guys, hope you're all doing well. We're going to keep this stream going for another few minutes to get your questions and your thoughts in. People seem to like the idea of De Ligt and Lindelof in a centre-half partnership. De Ligt will be cheaper than Koulibaly, says Bio, and he'd be much more value for money as well. Busby says Koulibaly's not going anywhere. Get Blind back with him, says Daz Sweets. We should never have let Daily Blind go. I prefer De Ligt over Maguire, says Liban. Waiting for official news, says Andre. That's always the best thing. And remember, we'll have you covered here on Full Time Devils, whether it's official news, whether it's reports, whatever. We're keeping you covered throughout the summer. So make sure you're keeping it locked here to Full Time Devils. If we're going to go for Maguire, we might as well sign Johnny Evans back. Again, another player that we should never have let go. I said it at the time, we should have made him our captain. Maybe I was a little bit hasty with that, but we should never have let him go. I thought he was an absolute quality player, and he'd be starting week in, week out for Manchester United at this moment in time. Ligt and Lindelof, or Ligt and Bailey, says Haroon. I'd take both, to be honest, as long as Ligt is playing for Manchester United. Sukhmeet says get Ligt and Griezmann. That'd be a decent summer, wouldn't it? But again, probably not going to happen. And Pritesh says keep Pogba. We have to make sure we're keeping our best players, and Pogba is just that. Guys, thank you for joining us here on Full Time Devils. You've been absolute legends. Remember, the reports coming through are just that. They are reports. The Ligt is very close to a Manchester United transfer. They're coming out of Spain. Whether they're true or not remains to be seen. We all hope they are. And if they are, or if they aren't, you'll find out here first on Full Time Devils, as we'll be keeping you covered throughout the summer on all the Manchester United transfer news. Anyway, I've been Adam McCullough. You guys have been legends. For now, I'm getting out of here. But before I go, make sure you're liking the video and subscribe as well. See you later.